Hey guys, we're going to be working on a couple of poses today, actually 3 yoga poses, and we're going to start with Virasana. You will need props for all 3 of these, and so let's go over the props that you'll need. You'll need a sticky mat, probably a yoga belt or possibly a yoga belt. You can use any belt, like a belt that you put around your waist or anything like a tie or anything like that you can use as a belt. I've got 3 blankets here. You can use any household blankets that you've got. 2 yoga blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, maybe telephone books or something like that can be used, and a chair. Any chair will do as long as it's about this height. It can even be a little bit higher than this, but any chair will do. So the first pose that we're going to start in today is Virasana, hero pose. And so to do that, you'll come to your mat, and I've just got this first blanket down here for comfort of my shins. And so I'm going to kneel down in front of my prop, which is my second blanket. I'm going to keep my knees together here, and I'm still rotating my legs here from the outer thigh to the inner. I want you to bring your hands to your hips and then look back at your feet and make sure that all of your toes, all 10 toes, are pressing straight back, moving straight back behind you. Also press through the tops of your ankles, the fronts of your ankles, press down into the mat. Then kneel forward here and move the calves out of the way. And then come seated down on your prop. That prop can be a block if you need more height. It can be a couple of blocks. It could be a couple of blankets. So I'm going to move up. I'm going to just kind of come up here and adjust this blanket and pull the blanket back some so that the only thing that it's covering here is my sitting bones. Then I'm going to lean to the right here and kind of grab under my left thigh and rotate the thigh from the outer to the inner. And then I'm taking my right hand and kind of pressing down into the inner thigh, rolling that toward the yoga mat. And then I'll repeat that. Take your time doing this here. And then I'll bring my hands here to my top legs, press into the femur bones, the top legs, roll the shoulders back and down. You move the tips of the elbows towards each other here. Careful here to fill out your back, so do kind of a tucking of your sacrum as well. This is a great pose for meditating, and sit in this pose for a while, 3 to 4 minutes if possible. Another thing you can do here is you can add Urdva Hastasan to this pose, taking the arms up. A couple different ways. You can use a block for that, or you can use a yoga belt. So actually, I think I'll use a block. So I'm going to take the block and just hold it out in front of me, pressing the palms, especially the heels of the hands, into the block. I'm going to reach forward here as if I'm kind of pushing the block out, but then I'm going to roll, kind of pull the upper arms back, roll the shoulders back and down, pull my organs back to fill out my lower back here. Then I'm going to inhale and slowly take the arms up over the head. Then once I get them here, straighten the elbows, pull the shoulders down, fill out the back and breathe. Press the shins. 30 seconds maybe, times 2. You can do that. Again, you can use a belt as well if you decided maybe you don't have a block and you want to use a belt. This is the way the belt would be used, the exact same pose, Urdva Hastasana. To measure your belt, make sure that it's armpit to armpit. So using the thumbs, this is your inner chest, inner shoulder width. And so next, to come out of Virasana, let's do this. Let's come forward and very slowly and press the hands into the mat, and then kind of give yourself a little boost up. You can cross your ankles behind you and then slowly move back into a seated position. You kind of roll over the feet here and then stretch the legs out one at a time. Or you could even do both legs and flex through the inner legs, flex through the inner heels, pull the toes back, push the metatarsals of the feet forward, and hold here to clear the knees. Another way that you can come out of Virasana, especially if your knees are kind of unhealthy, if you have unhealthy knees, or they're not as healthy as you would like for them to be, then you can come out of Virasana this way and just take your time again with this, moving very slowly. Depending on how long you stayed in Virasana, you could have been here, 5 minutes, so you'll have to take your time to come out. And so then I'll just hold here for a moment, and then you can stretch the legs down one at a time, and maybe you hold under and kind of press through the backs of the knees, and then sit up straight to clear the knees. So that's it for Virasana, in and out of Virasana. So Pachimottanasan is next. So what I'm going to do is turn my blanket here to the side, and then I'll come seated on my blanket. And we're going to do Pachimottanasan this time with a chair. And then I'm going to grab my chair here and bring it onto my sticky mat and my blanket. So if you've got a second blanket that you're using for comfort, you can leave that there. And then I'm going to press the feet kind of right under the toes into the mat here. I've got a third blanket I'll just use for comfort. The chair may be cold. And then I'm going to pull the chair, and I'm going to reach up as high as I can get here. Even if I have to wiggle the fingertips in, I'm going to push into the chair with the feet and pull with the arms, pull the shoulders back and down, and bring the forehead down. Also, as I'm here, I'm pulling the backs of the legs back and lifting through the chest. And your chair may kind of lift up a little bit, and that's okay. And eventually put the arms in. And keep lifting. And then you exhale to come out. And so this is our last one that we're going to do, Supta Padangustasan part 1. This is a great pose. There's 4 parts to this, so this is part 1. So the only thing you'll need for this is you'll need a yoga belt and your sticky mat and a doorway, like a walkway. And so I'm going to move everything off of my yoga mat. You will need a belt. I don't know if I said that, but you could possibly need a yoga belt. And so we'll unloop the yoga belt just to be prepared here, and then come seated on one side of the doorway with the hip. So bring your hip as close to the doorway as you can. And then you'll turn, you can even kind of hook here. You'll turn and you'll place your leg, right or left, this happens to be my left leg, on up the wall here. And then before I straighten it, I'm going to rotate it here from the outer to the inner and kind of push the inner thigh toward the wall and reach up through the heel of the foot. Draw the toes toward the kneecap. Left toes toward the left kneecap. And then I'm going to scoot in and really see about tucking the tail, bringing my sacrum grounded, and bringing this hip back and down. And I'll hold here for a moment. This leg isn't too, really what your right leg will be doing is helping you to square your hips. Push toward the wall, push toward the wall, push toward the wall. You can bring the rib cage, back rib cage down, extend up and down. So this finger bone is doing this thigh is doing this. And breathe. You can also straighten your right leg and extend out through it. It's doing the same rotation from the outer thigh to the inner groin. If you want, bring your arms over your head, pull your ribs down, and lengthen your spine. Extend. You can also, in this pose, use a yoga belt. So to do that, it'd be the exact same pose, except put the belt around the heel of the foot. As you push up through the belt with the heel, pull down on the belt at the same time. Ribs down, chest lifts, and hold. Right leg can be bent or straight. And I'd say hold that 3 minutes each leg. And so That's actually all we're gonna do for this week. And so if you guys want more information about this, you can come to a class here at EB, or you can contact me through the email or any other way that you'd like to do that. So thanks a lot, and I'll see everybody later. Bye.